Today in class, you were introduced to one of the most important tools that you will learn in Illustrator, and that is the pen tool. And the reason why the pen tool is so important is just it allows you to create a lot of really interesting things, and it can be used in so many different instances. The pen tool will allow you to create straight and curved paths in Illustrator. Now, paths are just lines created with points like you would learn in math. But these lines and points will allow you to create characters, shapes, things like that. Today we're just going to start off with straight lines because that's a really good jumping point. Now, to activate your pen tool, you can hit the letter P on your keyboard or you can go right up here. The reason why the pen tool is so high on your toolbar is because it's such an important tool. Now I'm going to zoom in here and I want you to pay close attention to what your cursor looks like. If you have your caps lock on, you're going to get this signal. It's like an X. Make sure you don't have caps lock on while you're drawing with the pen tool. Now, if you're going to start a new path, you're always going to see this little star. That means you're about to start something. To draw straight lines, you simply have to just click. As soon as you draw that, you see my cursor changes. And anytime I want to add another point, I just click one more time. I'm just clicking and releasing with my mouse. I'm not holding down. And I have the option to create any type of shape I want by just clicking. Now to close my path or to make it so that it can be filled with color inside, I always have to go back to my original point I started. So this is the point I started with. My cursor will change one more time when I'm about to close a path. You'll know you're about to close a path because you'll get a little circle next to your pen cursor. Now what this means is when I take the shape, I can put the fill to anything I'd like. And now I've made a shape. That would have been a lot harder to make with the shape tool. For practice today, you're going to practice creating a lot of straight lined images. Most of them will be closed paths. So let's start off with your check for understanding. You have this little dog here and it has a lot of different corners. My best recommendation for this is start at the tip of the nose or any corner you feel comfortable with. Click, and every time you get to an edge, click again to create another anchor point. Now, this is what's going to happen to everybody. I'm going to go to fill this in and suddenly my dog is being hidden, and the more I draw, the harder it will be to trace this guy because it's going to get covered by white. So while you're drawing, good practice is to always make your fill nothing. So I'm going to take fill and hit this. That way I can just draw without any problems and I can continue drawing, and now I can really see what I'm coming up with. When you get all the way around, you're going to make sure that you close your path so you know that it's closed because you get that little circle again. You can fill your color, your dog, whatever color you want, and just place it right below so I can see what you drew. The next is to choose one of the birds here and trace out each one of these little triangle shapes with the pen tool to create like an origami bird. Now, if you zoom in closely, I tried to create paths for you that were really visible. So the same idea of what you did with the dog, you're going to do with the bird. So each one of these little triangles. Now, I like to color my shapes in when I'm done, so I know I'm done with them. So I'm going to pick a really different color. That's just going to let me know I finished that shape. Now, I'm going to warn you that when you're drawing, I'm going to get really close so you can see. Let's say I put my mouse here, I'm going to get that little minus sign. What's going to happen is it's going to erase it, and I don't want that. So always start off at another corner that's not touching the shape you already made. It'll be a lot easier for you. I would recommend making these blues or whatever color you end up making your bird different shades so that it looks similar to the original. Now, if you happen to finish that early and you're a pen tool ninja, you can build this extension image of water to place your birds over. So it's like an origami scene. Now with the pen tool, if you make a mistake, same technique goes. You can hit Control or Command Z to undo your last point and then just redo your point. Practice and get comfortable with this tool because we'll be using it for a while. Good luck.